Cool, it's another day. I've got it up against the workshop here. We've got our WAF. We've tidied away our cables and U-bolts and things. Parked it up and pulled out all the squabs. There's a few tools and things still in here, a couple of drawers. But I reckon today's the day where we start ripping shit out. Start demoing. Hi camera. Yeah. Well, there's nothing really for it but to try and set up the camera somewhere and go get a hammer and a pry bar and probably a flathead screwdriver for a lot of these old screws and stuff that I'd like to come out, like, you know, reasonably nicely. Yeah. I reckon just do it, just get started, especially getting rid of this thing so I can start to get a better idea of what I'm dealing with. Yeah. Oh, we're not keeping any of the fixed electrics, so I'll start from the beginning. Those who aren't in New Zealand, this is basically our inspection. So every vehicle on the road, whether it's a trailer or a caravan, which are regarded as the same thing here, or a car, or a motorcycle, not necessarily a moped. Anyway, everything has to be inspected, otherwise it's illegal to drive or carry on the road. So that's why I was so excited about getting the WAF, which means this is now completely road legal. It is now completely legal to tow for at least the next 6 months until the next inspection. So we have another inspection specifically for grid-tied motorhomes, RVs and caravans. Basically where the electrical system has to comply with New Zealand and Australian regulations. I'm not keeping any of this. This is all far too old. There's no RCD. It's not really safe. It's obviously had water in it. It all needs to come out. So in the rebirth of this camper, there is going to be no fixed AC wiring, DC only. So there's going to be DC lights. Oh, I had one of them around here somewhere. Here. DC down lights, 12 volt, 2 batteries in the back here to try and help with the tongue weight at the front. Solar panel on top and inverter, which will give us 230 volt AC, but there will be no fixed outlets like this. There will just be a multi-box plugged into the inverter, which as far as I can tell online is legal, as it's not a fixed installation. There is nothing to check. So it won't need an EWAF because there'll be no fixed electrics to check or warrant because there's nothing there. So yeah, that's what's going to happen to all that crap. There's another socket here, so yeah, all of that's coming out. All the lighting's coming out. I won't reuse any of the wiring that's there unless it's like really good. And there's, yeah, it's a bit hodgepodge. Someone's DIY'd it in the past. This doesn't look like a professional installation to me. So I have a feeling this predates the electrical wiring of fitness, I'd say. Alright. Well, I'll try and set up the camera and I'll get smashing. cool. So I've had my my cup of tea and my biscuits, and I'm feeling a bit more refreshed. And I reckon we'll start bunging some of this into the trailer, so I can take it to the tip probably tomorrow. And yeah, just start cleaning up a wee bit. The only other thing I'll probably start taking out today is maybe the kitchen bench top here, although it is reasonably useful to have somewhere to put tools and things at the moment. But yeah, I may start pulling off these bits of the wall just to get a better idea of how the steel looks underneath. I don't know if I want to pull out the ceiling just yet, because my concern is losing all of my insulation, which I want to keep a lot of it. And if I pull the panels away now, then it's all going to drop out, right? So well, it might stay in place. I don't know. It seems like it's pretty lightweight, and it seems to be staying up there pretty happily. So I don't know, but I may start on this area, sweep up all this, maybe remove the bench top. It's not going to take long, and maybe get rid of those cupboard doors. So I've got some measurements to make new ones, and then we can start sanding back some of this and using a bit of filler putty on anything that's, you know, cracked like that. Maybe a bit of wood glue and a clamp should actually keep that pretty happy. So yeah, I want to keep all this framing. I don't know if I've said it in a previous video, but I want to keep all of this framing. Cupboards here, probably new shelves inside, maybe not. Keep the same drawers, bring the bench all the way over here, maybe put another cupboard here. This could have fresh water tank, grey water tank, whatever, just so you can fill your cup, brush your teeth, keep it basic, keep it simple. And I'm still undecided about what to do with this ridge here. I'm very tempted to keep it in place because I want to have at least one other bed / couch here, and where I want that to end I'm not 100% on just yet. So anyway, I think a cleanup is in order before it starts to rain, although it's not looking too bad, but it's apparently going to get very windy tomorrow, so don't really want all this crashing around in the driveway. Starting to look a lot tidier. So I got rid of the last of the drawers that were there. Still need to come in here and vacuum just those corners. They look really bad on camera, but it's just dust. The floors are looking mint. All those carpet strips are gone. Oh, there's a nail still there, but tried to pull out most of them. They're all gone from this edge. They're gone from here. Nothing sticking up. There's that one there. Pulled up that carpet strip. Yeah, definitely need to bring in the vacuum just for that sort of shit. And all the little gems that I found. Letters, old coins, 1-cent coins. Haven't seen those in a while. In fact, 1967, that coin. And these are 1980, 1987, which lines up pretty well with when it last had its waff in 1988. So cool. Cupboard's gone. Lights are gone. Switchboard's gone. Looking good. Starting to feel a bit more like a blank slate. And it's so wide. It's crazy. Swept up out here. It's looking pretty nice. No nails anywhere, which is handy. And then we've got all our rubbish in here. I'm quite surprised. I thought it would take up more of the trailer, but of course a lot of it packs down pretty flat, so yeah. And I tried to keep all the nails and real small stuff that could fall out of the trailer in the bin here, so it'll be nice to everyone else that uses our roads. Sweet. Might leave it there until tomorrow. It's starting to cool off a wee bit. Well, my board's already starting to warp. I should really put some more screws in it. Another day. The birds are chirping. The sky's blue. The rains have stopped. And we're back in here. Surprise, surprise. Had a good vacuum. Picked up all the stuff off the ground. I'm going to place all these little mementos into a bag and keep them safe somewhere. I've made a post on Dunedin News trying to figure out who might have once owned this thing and try and figure out if they're still around, if there's any like photos of this thing in its prime, any good memories, hopefully not bad memories. Hopefully it wasn't stolen like 20 years ago and ended up here. That would be real shit news. But yeah, it'd be really cool to reach out and see if there's any history out there, anything at all. But we'll pack all that up, and then time to get rid of this bench and get rid of the cupboards and pull off the hardware, and then probably start, I don't know, I might as well start sanding stuff back, because I'm only going to be making mess, and then we can start making furniture and taking these walls off, and yeah, might try and set up the camera and get back into it. That's the bench top gone. Well, most of it. So the construction seemed to be they screwed it in from the top down and then put a melamine plastic sheet over top, which encapsulated all of the fixings. Woohoo! And they're all flat head and they're all rusted, which is surprising. I'd expect at least some of them to be nice and clean, but I guess over time they've just absorbed moisture, and yeah. So I'll try and unscrew most of them, or chuck some pliers on and get them out, but a few of them might end up just being ground off flush, and the new bench top will be secured from underneath, so it's not as much of a hassle to uninstall for the next guy. They can just get underneath and pull the screws out, and the whole thing will come off. So yeah, there's no need for that. I don't want to see screws and stuff in my bench anyway. So cool. Well, that's good to see. Got our little kitchen bones. I'll get those off next, or just unscrew them. I don't think I'll keep those hinges. They still sell them, so I'd like to get new ones. There's no sense keeping those. They sell the exact same style actually, so I might be able to just use the existing holes that are there, but with nice shiny new hinges. Alright, go get a screwdriver, and I'm glad I left the vacuum in here, I'm going to need it. Top's off. Nice and clean. A lot of the screws came out just fine. Seemed to be like finger tight most of the time. A few more towards the window here, towards the back, were a bit more stubborn. Oh, there's one more nail there I need to get. So I just cut those off and left them in place. They won't interfere with the new top, and I won't be screwing down from the top anyway, so I won't hit them. So yeah, it's all pretty good. This area was like damp, so obviously we still have a leak in this corner somewhere, but the next stage won't be, we'll finish off the demo. The next stage won't be fitting out the interior, it'll be painting and sealing the exterior, because there's no point putting up new ply and putting up new panels if there's still going to be leaks around the windows and around the joins and stuff. So yeah, definitely need to prioritize making sure it is watertight. But aside from that, we had a recent storm, and the only other moisture was around this door, which hardly surprising. Take a look at it from the outside. I put a little bead of sealant around the top here, just into the strip sill. But yeah, it's hardly surprising that water continues to get in. You can see inside. If I put you up nice and close, yeah. So she's pretty rotten. I'm not at all surprised that that leaked. And what else did we have? Oh, this still doesn't sit quite right. I need to make that a bit more permanent. But we do have a new panel here, which is nice. So there's no more sharp edges, no more duct tape, and there's sealant all the way around the top side of that. And there might be some, what's it called? Capillary action with water at the bottom, which I haven't really done anything about, but hey, better than it was. No more duct tape, and once it all gets sealed and primered and painted, then we can address it there. Just a quick update, we've got the tight bond holding together this cracked bit of the cabinetry. So I was able to sort of squish it, open it up, squish it, open it up, squish it, open it up, until it got probably about an inch or so down, just over an inch down. It's funny talking in inches. I'm a Kiwi, but most of what has been done in here is in inches already, just because it's so old. So there's not many metric fasteners, there's not many metric measurements written on the back of things. So yeah, I'm back to inches. But we've also thrown some nails in this crack bit here and done the same thing with the tight bond, and that should hold it just back a little bit. And then when I come through to sand all this, I'll use a bit of filler just to tidy up that very top. I don't know how it's going to look, but it's all going to get a coat of paint on it anyway. I feel like this frontage is potentially, it's not pine, it's harder than pine, but I don't want to say it's Remu, but it's quite nice wood. It's just a shame about that damage there. Otherwise, it could be neat to just strip it back and varnish it. I might still do that, but we'll see how we go. As is with every other part of the project, we'll just see how we go. Okay, I'm tempted now to start removing these panels, because I'm going to have to at some point. I'm going to leave the ceiling till the very last, just because I don't want all of that insulation to fall out. Whether or not I even keep it, I don't know. We'll see how buggered it is. But we might as well start on the walls. They're starting themselves, aren't they? see it. There's some rust. There's some rust. There's some rust. Okay, I'll bring you in. You guys got your masks on? Dust masks on? Okay. You might be able to peel that up. Look, I don't know. Tell me in the comments, should I keep it? Should I keep this stuff? Or should I just get polystyrene? Anyway. There's some rust. Nothing that can't be dealt with. But it is there. It seems like I can see in there slightly. It seems pretty thin, like 1.6 mil. Pretty sure Bunnings and Mitre 10 still sell this. But it's not as if there's going to be a bunch of weight on this anyway. Obviously you just want to neutralize it so it doesn't get any worse. Interesting setup here. It's like they missed it. And then instead of... I don't know. I don't understand. Is there more? No. Okay, so yeah, more rust. Yeah, that'll all clean up alright. We'll do the same thing we did underneath. We can see a bit more of what's going on up here. Oh, it's like vapor barrier. Oh, it doesn't want to come out, man. Awesome welds, man. Awesome welds. Oh yeah. Clean as. We've got tech screws coming through. Old mate's probably missed in a few places. And yeah, we've pinched some of our insulation, so the roof must have gone on last. Alright, I'll keep ripping. Check this out. I've just been dropping all the screws on the ground and they're just ready, absolutely ready to give me a puncture. Oh, this is why cleanup's so important. I can't remember where I last left off, but if there was ever a time to feel overwhelmed, it would be right about now. What a mess. You can see the outside. Hello, outside. Well, had to be done. It's all out. And I've got a lot of rust conversion to do, a lot of painting to do before I can even think about moving on. Oh well, it could be worse. There's little divots like this as well, which are interesting. Here's the skeleton. It's got bone cancer. This is the skeleton. We've got our outdoor light wiring. Everything else has been ripped out so far, so that it'll go to the scrappy. All of our aluminium trim and some more wire. Oh, and all our walls, all our ceiling panels are over here. What I'm thinking I'll do is, because I was going to like measure these and then cut them out of the new ply, but if I'm not going to use the trim anymore, what I'll likely end up doing is just cutting my own sections to my own dimensions and using my own new trim. Just keep it simple. So 1200 probably won't meet nicely, so I might have to do some trickery. I could add some metal just to go 1200, 1200, 1200. I forget how long this is, but I don't know if I'll need 4 panels or 3 panels or what. But we'll figure it out. Either way, this will be encapsulated and it's all pretty flat. It's not too flexible either. There's a few spots that I wouldn't mind touching up with the welder, just here and there. But we'll see how it looks after a wire brush. I'll just check for anything that's actually cracked or loose or gonna wiggle out and crack. Sweet. Well, I might conclude the demolition episode here. It gets tricky to film when you're all gloved and masked up and trying to set the phone down somewhere, but then you're gonna tear apart wherever you set down the can't even talk, wherever you set down the phone. And yeah, so next episode is likely going to be priming and painting and prepping the exterior, not in that order. So we'll need to stick another, just like I did with the door, we'll need to stick another panel over where all the old electrical stuff went. And I'll just do that, what I've done there. Maybe a bit tidier, I don't know. This came out okay. Once it's all painted the same colour, you're not going to know. So, yeah, that's the plan. I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.